going on, guys? Bugout back here. I feel bad that I haven't made any videos in a while. I don't like to make excuses. You guys have already known, if you've been keeping up, that I've just been going through a lot of rough times. You know, both with my father's health, losing some good friends of mine, not that way, but just through stupid bullshit that shouldn't be in existence. But that's water on the bridge. That's actually the basis of my new tattoo, Death Before Dishonor. And as far as with my father, that one's been hitting me the hardest. Some of you may have already been kind of keeping up with some of my stuff. I knew that my father had cancer, and very sad to say that as of January 6th, he was taken from me. And so it's been rough for me, but you have to move on, you have to celebrate life, right? That's what surviving is about, right? I have to say I was really thrilled that during Christmas he actually surprised me and got me a official K-bar, which I still find a little funny because he was a Vietnam vet for U.S. Army and he gets me the USMC K-bar. But I tell you what, this is just an absolutely, beautiful knife. Very well made. I love this thing. And it's going to be rough for me to actually think about using it now that it was the last gift I got from my father, but at the same time I think he would much rather I use it rather than sit and collect dust, so we'll see. But regardless, that's not the point of this video. A lot of you guys know that what I preach is that in the prepper community, survival community, whatever you want to call yourselves, I think that it's gone a little bit too much of the me. And don't get me wrong, shit hits the fan, there's a disaster, there's civil unrest, whatever the case may be, your first priority is taking care of you and your family. I completely agree with that. But we have to remember that we need to not be selfish. We need to work together as a community. The only way that human evolution survived is by creating communities. Now, trust me, I know that can be debated. Some communities not so good, some communities not so bad, some cultures, however you want to word it. But regardless, the way that human evolution has survived and the way that we've evolved and we've shared ideas is by being one with the community. So I still stand by that. That being said, there's something we need to think about. When you're building your bug-out bags, sure, you probably have one for yourself. You might have 2 or 3 for yourself. Me personally, I have one for my house, one for my car. I've got a little version that I take to work every day. So, because you never know where you're going to be when shit hits the fan, right? So my question to you is, have you ever thought about creating a guest bug-out bag? Do you have friends that come over, family that comes over that maybe they're not really into the community, maybe they're not really into that lifestyle, or maybe they just don't like being prepared? But how would you feel if something were to happen? You go and grab your go bag and they have nothing. Now that might not sound like a bad idea or really that big of a deal, because in theory they would be with you the whole time. But what if you get separated? What if the worst case scenario happens? Or just what if in fact they might need certain supplies that you don't have, right? So purpose of this video is I'm still building it, but I did actually recently meet somebody that means a lot to me. And she's not really into the prepping lifestyle, but she understands why I do. She's actually been through some pretty bad stuff herself. She had a lot of friends and family affected by Katrina, so she understands where I'm coming from. Now, she was one of these people who is not going to go and make a bug-out bag for herself because that's not her priority. But me, of course, I care about her and would like to keep her around as long as possible. So I started putting together a bug-out bag or go bag for her. So I'm still in the process of building it, so there's going to be some stuff that's missing that I still have on the wish list, and I'll even post up the things that I'm going to get in that wish list in case you guys find some similar things that you want to get as well. So let's go ahead and go in this. Well, I tell you what, for once it is actually chilly in Florida. And I say that, and I know that there's plenty of you right now that are going, fuck you, Beck, because you actually live somewhere cold. It's like 55 here right now. But you know what? That is perfect temperature to keep my whiskey chilled. So, anyway, this is the bag that we're going to be going into. This is not a tactical bag. This is more of like a backpacking bag, hiking bag. And there's a reason for that, and that's because the girl that I am getting this bag together for, she's not actually into the tactical bags. And you know what, this actually makes it a little bit more covert. Now obviously if she's with me and I've got my tactical bag on, it might look a little odd, but if she ever had to use it on her own, or whatever the case may be. This is just more her style, and I would rather her be comfortable and actually more apt to use the bag, right? So let's go ahead and go inside here and just kind of look at a few things. Alright, so the bag itself is actually just a Swiss gear hiking backpack, again, just because that would be more her style. But this is pretty much everything that you're going to need, at least for her kind of situation, where she's not really kind of going gung-ho. Everything that I'm designing this bag is still going to be, you know, like a 72-hour bag, so it'll be perfectly fine. It's made of great construction. I still went on the, you know, more of the high end, getting with the Swiss gear, so it's got kind of the ripstop fabric. This thing is very durable, water resistant, all that good stuff. So with going on the outside here, it's got just the one kind of mini compartment here, and then a really big inside compartment. It's got the straps that you can actually put around your waist. Right now I just have them over here so they're not flopping around. I put, of course, a sunglass case on the outside. The handle was a little flimsy, so I just went ahead and did a my own little copper weave paracord handle. Yeah, it gives you a little bit extra cordage, but also the fact that it's just going to make it a little easier to grip. I threw on just a hat, just a little freebie camo hat that I got. This, you know, kind of urban, but it fits the bag, and you know, can have many uses. Obviously, as a hat has many uses. On the back here, super padded, so definitely going to be a comfortable trip. You've got a couple extra little spots here to hang stuff. It's still got the chest strap, and then of course, as you guys will see, I have the water bladder inside. Her and I had joked, because she's an avid wine drinker. Go figure, I do the whiskey, she does the wine. Hey, I'm cool with that. And it holds, this one holds about 3 liters. So we joked that, hey, if times get too tough, you can just fill it up with wine and then you won't care that's the apocalypse, right? Alright, so let's actually go inside the bag and kind of just break down some of the information here. Alright, since this is still a work in progress, the organization, I don't have a ton of organization with it right now. Also because it's not going to be as loaded as, say, my Bugout bag, but I'm still going to have some good supplies in here, so if things seem a little out of order, just please forgive me on that. So going into the first compartment here on the outside, the little mini compartment, I figured this could be some quick access stuff and also just some little things that you don't want to go digging around deep inside for. So I have, of course, I have pepper spray. That's the police grade pepper spray with the foam, just because I figure there's going to be certain things where maybe she'll need some kind of defense, and I think that would be something good for her to have, and obviously she knows how to use it. Not to be combined with it, unless you really want to hurt somebody who's got a lighter, because obviously you have different forms of fire starter. I've got a little mini tactical flashlight. It can also be used for self-defense, obviously, but biggest thing is to be able to just use it for lighting your way. I love having these things. This is my little cheapo. This is like $1 compared to the actual like $4 you pay for a 5-hour energy. But it's good while you're out and about, start feeling a little sluggish, you need that extra little boost, whatever the case may be. Grab one of those. I found that they work great. Kind of humorous, but also could still be useful for multiple different things. I do have a corkscrew, bottle opener, can opener, and it's got a little knife there. So obviously there could be multiple uses for that, but just in case during the apocalypse she really wants her wine. Simple ballpoint pen, kind of self-explanatory. Got a little tiny thing here of the off bug spray, also self-explanatory. Little thing of super glue. Super glue can be used for many things. Obviously gluing shit together. You can also use that as a temporary solution for sealing up cuts, certain wounds. Obviously be very cautious when doing that. Another lighter. And that's actually all I have in the mini slot. So let's go ahead and go into the bigger portion. Again, guys, I'm still building this, so there's going to be some additional things that I'll add later. I'll post up again, I said, some of the information that I'm going to add in here. Also, real quick, only because I didn't find a better spot to put it just yet, and I might end up having to get some smaller cans or something, but she is a dog lover and has the most adorable dog in the world, and I believe in nobody going hungry, so I do have a can of dog food in here. Yeah, that's going to add weight, but what's more weight? The weight of this can, or the weight of knowing that you just lost your best friend and your animal, right? So that's worth the extra couple of ounces to carry the can of food. All right, going on the inside compartment here, of course I've got the water bladder in the back. I do have in the back a couple of, several packs of just little ready-to-eat Starkist Tuna stuff. I like getting the flavored stuff. It still lasts fairly while. This is until September of 2016, so it's still going to last a while. Obviously, make sure you're rotating your food. But I like getting some of the flavored stuff because, again, I don't understand where some people feel like, well, you're only macho if you can, eat the bare bones and eat whatever. Yeah, that might be a little macho, but at the same time, if you don't have to, then why would you, right? All right. So I got a few of those. Got a med kit. Honestly, guys, I'm not going to go into the full breakdown of the med kit because it's honestly the same thing that I do for all my med kits. The only difference is that I do obviously have some feminine hygiene products in there for her because she's a woman and is going to need that probably, right? I do keep inside, I've got a little detachable holster. She does own a firearm. She doesn't carry it with her everywhere, which I understand, that's fine, that's not her prerogative. I'm just hoping that if something were to go down and she happens to have her firearm or I have a spare firearm, at least this way she can strap that inside for concealed carry, strap it on her hip if we don't give a shit, whatever the case may be. She at least has something to be able to hold on to it and give her hands free. Also, because of the little dog, I do have some just little rawhide treats. Again, you're not really adding much weight for keeping your companion healthy and happy. Fixed blade. This thing's a little bulkier with the sheath than I like. I'm gonna end up doing a review on this. This is a fixed blade by Coast. For what she may need to use it for, honestly, it's gonna do the job. It's got a very nice long straight edge there. It's got your serrations there. It's got a saw blade on here. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of these kind of saw blades on knives because they're not really that practical because they don't do the zigzag like a proper saw should. But, I mean, if you were in tough times, I'm sure you could probably use that. It's also got the glass breaker on the end, and this thing is full tang, which I love. Got a nice rubberized grip. Again, my only real gripe about it is the sheath, but perhaps she can wear that on her hip rather than keeping it in the bag, right? More sustenance. This is a chocolate protein shake in a Mylar bag. These things are set to last for about 20 years, give or take. More food. This one is a granola dry mix. Again, it's going to be something to kind of keep your sustenance and keep you going. Of course, I've got Paracord, courtesy of TETON Paracord. Make sure you guys check them out. And then I've got another little thing of the 5-hour energy. So guys, right now, that's all that I have in this bag. It's still a work in progress, but honestly, this is going to be able to get you by 72 hours. Yeah, you could do this in 72 hours. With the amount of water, the amount of food, the supplies, you'd be able to make it last. There's still a few things that I want to add to this to make it kind of more the Bugout Beck approved bag. But again, I like being able to just prepare something for her in case she has to actually use it. So again, there you have it. There's it still needs some work, obviously, and I'm going to be working on that for her. But again, just kind of think of that ideology, guys, that in this community, we want to look out for number one, right? But sometimes number one is multiple people. So we want to make sure that anybody in our life that we care about, whether it's human, animal, whatever it may be, that we have something for them or that we're at least thinking of them because, as always, be prepared. By the way, guys, don't forget, I'm going to actually be at the Lakeland National Prepper and Survivalist Expo, February 14th. I know, Valentine's Day. But if you can come down, maybe that's something romantic for you and your lady, or maybe you just have some time to kill. Would love to see you guys. I'm going to be there talking, just kind of sharing some ideas and checking out all the cool stuff. So follow the link in the description for more information on that and ask them how you can get your free tickets.